good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Everybody, welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me. It is May 29th. It is Memorial Day. So I'm sure everyone appreciated their day off and remembering those who served and who we lost. It's a special day. They say freedom's not free. So, we're observing today, and I am in the studio. I am live. We're live on YouTube and Facebook right now. And then Tea Time goes to Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, everywhere podcasts can be heard and seen every Saturday at 11 a.m. on Channel 20. If you live on Long Island and get Optimum. I'm going to talk about my weekend real quick and then get to my in-studio guest. Friday, I was here at Beautiful Paradise Studios for the open mic. So every Friday night, Bobby runs a wonderful open mic. It is the best open mic on Long Island. 8 to 8:30 is trivia. 8:30 to 9:30 is an open mic. And then 9:30 till whenever is karaoke. So if you're in the neighborhood or around the neighborhood or you want to take a ride to Long Island, this is the place to come to. It was a lot of fun. Saturday, I really was going to go see my future son-in-law play at the Third Rail. But I'll be honest with you, I was really wiped out and I just stayed home and I just chilled and relaxed. And then yesterday, my girlfriend Kim had a nice barbecue in Hicksville, and it's always nice seeing my friends and hanging out and, starting off the summer, with a barbecue and a fire pit and just drinks and friends and laughs. So listen, I want to get to my guest because I'm excited he's here. Like last week I had Squeegee, and he's in Bat Boy with me. And so is Carmine. So oh my God, Carmine, how do you say your last name?
Elvezio.
Okay, because I was saying it differently. I was practicing it at home. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm saying it the right way. Elvezio.
Yeah, Google probably says
Elvezio.
Elvezio.
Nice Jewish boy, right?
Jewish.
I know. I'm joking.
I know.
How many times have you been to Italy? A ton.
Never.
No,
about a handful now.
A handful.
Yeah.
It's nice. I'll get there someday. But he's an actor. He's a producer. He's a director. And he's very, very young, people. He's very young. And you know what I like? I like having people who are in the industry who are really hustling their behinds off and really building a resume, which is, what you're doing.
Well, thank you.
And so I want everyone to get to know you. You're originally from Oceanside, right?
Yeah.
Went to Oceanside High School.
Yeah, Oceanside High School.
Yeah.
Went there.
And when you were in school, did you play sports or were you part of the theater?
Yeah, so at first I did a lot of baseball and basketball. I was doing that all throughout like elementary school, middle school. And eventually when it came to high school, I tried out for baseball my first year and I didn't make it. And after that, and I was doing it like outside of school, playing it with other friends and everything who were a part of the team.
Right.
But so at that time, I thought to myself too, I was like, I don't really, like next year I can try harder all throughout the summer this year to work hard to
try out again,
or I can like change my path. And I was already doing theater with some of my friends in high school.
Right.
So they were like, why don't you join our theater club? They were doing the Thespian Society. So I was like, why not? And I started auditioning for some of their shows, and I got a role of LeFou in Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, cool.
And that was like my first role at high school, and that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this more seriously.
Really?
Yeah. So then that's when I just like swapped, and I was like, I'll play baseball on the side.
What position did you want to play in baseball?
Center field. Center field. I like
So
playing
did
center.
you go back the following year and make the team? Or?
I didn't even audition the next year. Once I started doing theater, I got a role.
You didn't try out for baseball again.
Didn't
that
even
was
try
it.
that.
That was it. The stage was a calling.
I was like, hopefully
we got the
this is my
first pick,
calling.
Bobby. You could put up. This is you on stage.
Like,
you want to tell me what that is?
Oh, that's me and my best friend.
Look
Paul
at you.
Right
You
there.
look like that. Kind of looks like Guys and Dolls, but it's not.
Oh yeah, no, that was Nice Work If You Can Get It.
Ah, that's a great show.
That was our senior musical, and I was with my best friend Paul there, and yeah, no, that was great. We did a lot of roles together. He was actually the one who convinced me to go do theater and everything because I liked acting. We did it when we were younger.
We're gonna come back to that pick. Thank you. So that was it. You got the bug.
Yeah.
And how did your parents feel about you getting the bug?
No, they liked it. They always wanted me to pursue whatever I was happy with. They liked how when I was doing baseball, my love for it made them come out and come support me and go to all the games when we won our championships. They were there rooting for me in the all-star games and stuff. So they were all supportive. So once it swapped to the arts, they were there at all the shows, really interested in it because my dad always loved movies. So it was good. We were always able to bond over that.
That's good. That's great. And then so after high school, you decided to study acting. So tell everyone what school you went to and where.
I went to the New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts. It is an acting school in Manhattan. I was on like 19th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue. It was a great acting school. I went there for 2 years to get an associate's. And it was just fantastic. I got to just hone in and focus on just acting, which is what I wanted to do.
Right.
I was like, I don't want to focus on anything else but what I want to pursue. And that was good. They just focused on audition prep, how to be on set, all that. I loved my teachers, Kevin Bresnahan, Marcus Giamatti. They were fantastic in helping just show love in everything that I was doing.
But how let's get down to the nitty gritty. How grueling were some of the classes and some of the assignments? I mean, because there was one that you were telling me how you had to like swap out characters. Like you had to know like every character at one point.
Yeah, like sometimes for assignments, like a midterm once, we had to memorize both characters of a scene. So it was a guy and girl, but we had to memorize the whole scene of both lines. And then they would be like, okay, you're going to read as the guy. The other person reads as the girl part. And then all of a sudden you'd sit down. A few other people would go and they say swap. So stuff like that, like Meisner prep, which was good. It was just like really locking in with someone and, you know, just behaving truthfully under those imaginary circumstances and just boiling everything down with the person that you were with. It was good. They would like make you cry, given like an emotional circumstance, giving you like a given circumstance where you come in with that emotion and just cry on the spot with the scene. Just so it was good. It got a lot out of me that I genuinely at first wasn't comfortable with. Like it took me out of my shell to do that. Yeah. But it was something that I was ready. Like,
it's not easy. I don't think it's easy for anyone to try to go somewhere where, you know, you really need to tap into a whole other realm. You know what I mean?
And it was good though, because before that, I really wanted to learn how to dive into those certain roles to really get there and, you know, have those emotions always heightened on screen, but not make it look dramatic or overplayed or something like that. So just be real with it.
Do you find comedy versus drama one easier than the other?
Oh, well, I love comedy. Like,
I know.
Growing up, I always just, the roles that I was casted in was always a comedic role, comedic relief.
Yeah.
So that's always where I was going in, but I wanted to go to school for dramatic arts to then learn the other side of it. And I thought that was great. It actually enhanced my comedy, if anything.
You know, and I've been told, and I know that when you start out in theater, it's a little easier to do everything else. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you and I know from doing shows together, which we're going to talk about, the last person in the last row has to hear you.
Right.
You know, you can't always rely on tech.
Right.
Because you can lose it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You got improv in the moment. Something could go wrong at any point.
Exactly. And we've done that.
Oh yeah.
we definitely.
Where we had our moments where all of a sudden someone doesn't come out. We're supposed to start a scene, and we're like, all right.
So now you graduate from this conservatory.
Yes.
Do they try to set you up with any kind of agencies or any kind of anything at all to get a little toe in the door, not even a foot, but a toe.
So the school came together and they make everyone who is a part of the film program a final reel. So they'd make everyone a reel, a little snippet. I had like a little murder. I don't think I submitted it for this show, but it's if you look at my Instagram, I submitted it's like a murder monologue that
Yes,
I had. And
I've seen it. It's excellent.
thank you. And
Yeah.
that was made from the school and the production team that came with it. Actually, Pat Stoffer, who was a part
Oh,
of
I
Bat
love
Boy,
Pat.
he
Yeah.
was an alumni of my school, and
Yes.
he created the team of 186 Productions,
Oh, that's so
who
cool.
now films the final reels for the school.
Nice.
So they film the final reels, and they all come out beautiful.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that is like a really good thing that they give all their
It's
actors.
a good jumping point.
Because when you apply for anything, they always ask for headshot, resume, and if anything, a reel.
And IMDb.
And-
you have to be on IMDb, headshot and a reel.
Yes,
Yeah.
I need to update.
Yes,
of
you
which, I
do,
need to update
because,
mine
you know,
significantly.
But you're not the only one who's had like a little faux pas with the name thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's good. So you study and you're following your passion, and which is good because you're young and you're not taking that regular 9 to 5 job. I mean, obviously you work and you support yourself, but you're flexible with being available, which is important.
Yeah, that's definitely some like at home that would always be enforced. Like, you have to work a 9 to 5 job, something that will give you, a stable everything. You
Yeah,
need medical,
right.
you need
Right.
so
you want 401k and you want some kind of retirement when you're old.
Exactly.
I
So
get it.
that's like at the time right now, you don't get that, but
Yeah.
you're just like right now, currently I work at a pizzeria. I do deliveries. I do whatever I could so I can just have a stable income so I can
Right.
pay for my car and everything I need to and develop a savings.
Yeah.
And then with the extra time that I have, be able to hopefully
well,
pursue
a lot
my
of
career
actors,
more
as
and
you
more
know,
every day.
I know a lot of actors that they're waiters. They're in the restaurant industry.
Right, working
because
weekends
a lot
every
of them
night, just
a lot of them work nights and they leave their days free.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And again, you have to be flexible. You have to be able to really, and to be able to be ready at the drop of a hat. I mean, if someone tells you need to be Staten Island tomorrow, you have to try to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Because then you miss opportunities, and then you like kick yourself.
Right, you never know like what opportunity is going to show up one day.
You
You'll get a
never
call and
know.
they'll be like, "Hey, in 2 days we need someone," and then you can't be there because you're already busy. But that could be an opportunity that you don't know what
Exactly.
doors it could have opened for you to just show up and be there.
Yeah, and because we know that when you are on a job, there are a lot of people there. There are a lot of opportunities to network.
Oh yeah.
And and then see where it takes you for the next thing. So while you were in college, you did extra work. You did Billions.
Yeah, I did a day on Billions. That was great. I applied for the
That
St.
must have been
Gennaro's
fun. That's a great
Festival.
show.
Yeah, it was fun. I was like got to be right behind Paul Giamatti while he was
I
like
love
doing his
him.
stare.
He's great.
And I saw it in the trailer. I saw myself in the trailer. So I was like, "Oh, I made it. You did it, baby."
I'm in the trailer.
I was standing on my tippy toes because there were so many tall people in front of me. And I was like, if I can't see the camera's not going to see me. So I'm just like up there on my toes trying to just still be serious. But my feet were killing me. But I was like, we did it. So that was just a lot of fun.
That's fun.
And
then you and I did Bensonhurst Boys.
Yes.
And that's with Ralph Bracco. That's John Marola's story. That's going to be a series. We filmed that. That was an overnight shoot. It was a very, very, very long shoot.
Yes.
But it was a lot. It was a lot of fun. And
a lot of fun.
Hopefully they're going to continue. We're going to continue to film that.
Yeah, it was a nice restaurant scene,
Yeah.
Wayne Diamond was there.
You did a thing called Alone, 54 Below Broadway. Those are the next 2 picks, Bobby. After that first one, that's you, and you singing there.
Yeah.
So you could hold a note, my friend.
Yeah, I hope so. Every now and then I'd like to try.
That's you singing.
Yeah, no, big kudos to my friend Dean. He's been starting a production company and just putting a bunch of shows out on 54 Below, the Green Room 42.
And then there's a group pick, right?
Yeah, that's Dean right there
together.
in the suit jacket.
Oh, nice,
2 people over from me.
nice.
And yeah, that whole cast is so extremely talented. They all went to school and studied musical theater.
Oh, that's
and
great.
So I was just so happy that my friend gave me that opportunity.
I have to tell you, if you ever come here on a Friday night, Michelle Astor, shout out to Michelle Astor, her daughter and her friends go to they all go to school together, and they're all in like the performing arts. I don't know if I'm getting this right, but they're all in the performing arts group or classes together. So they all come here on a Friday night, and they all sing amazingly. They'll whip out a couple of Broadway show tunes, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you're
So
saying.
it's like, it's really cool, and they're all young and single too.
Oh,
Just
cool.
to let,
Oh,
to let
whoa.
you know.
Easy
In
now,
case you want to
Theresa.
come on a
Easy.
Friday night.
I'll definitely ask my friend Dino to come out here too. That'll be a
It's the
good
place
time.
to be on a Friday night.
I
Is
hear.
Paradise Studios.
I heard that opening. That was a good opening. You
All right,
promoted
listen,
it well.
we're gonna go to my first break, but don't go away. More with Carmine when we get back.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Thank you for joining me. Special shout out to Michael Norton watching
Hey, Michael.
from Sunshine State of Florida.
Woohoo.
And everyone watching, thank you for watching Tea Time. I'm here every Monday night live on YouTube and Facebook. And then we're going to be on TV Saturday. It's so exciting. So Carmine is an actor, he's a producer, he's a director. He's very young, up and coming, hustler, always working his butt off, always looking for the next thing. You know, and this is what you do. This is what you do when you have the passion to be, you know, an actor and be out there. So the next thing you did was Out of Order. Now, before Bobby puts up the pic, Out of Order is a movie, and you were in it, and Ray was in it, and a bunch of other people were in it, including Nick Singh, and I was supposed to be in it.
I know.
And what happened was, I had COVID for the second time, and I was not positive anymore, okay? But the doctor said that you can still keep showing a positive test even though you're negative, and they would not let me on set without a negative. I could not step foot on the set, and I'm telling
Because
them
they tested you on set,
right,
so.
and they because he said it could stay for months, but you're not positive anymore. And I go, I understand that. So you got to do the movie Out of Order that starred Brooke Shields. We got a picture of you and Brooke. There you are.
Hey.
Yes.
Yes, no, that was an amazing film to be a part of. Huge shout out to Ray Negron for that too, though, because without him, he was just in the mix. He became a jury member and then offered the role. They needed more people
and then
to be
the
a part of
next
the
pick
production.
is Luis Guzman. There he is. He was there too, correct?
Oh yeah. It was great to just all week to
I love him.
hang out with him and hear what he had to say about all the scenes, take by take, and just taking what he had to say. Like there was an airplane flying at one point or a dog barking. He's like, we can't use that take. So just to hear that, and when I move forward with what I'm doing, to know if stuff like that happens, you know, they'll move forward.
It is all a learning experience, my friend. Tell me about Displaced. It's a short film.
Yes. Luis Semi Guzman was one of the producers on Out of Order, and we met on set for Out of Order. And after that, I was in Italy, and I got a message saying, "Hey, we need people to play extra roles for this film." And I was like, "I'd love to come out." So it was at the same location. We went down there, and it was great.
Italy?
Staten Italy? Staten Island?
I call it Staten Italy.
Oh, really? I like that. Yeah,
they filmed Out of Order in Staten Island.
Yeah, Staten Italy. So we went over to Staten Italy to the courthouse, and that was a fantastic production too, because talking to the
so this is his son.
Yeah, he was one of the producers on the production.
I didn't know that. So he's in the industry too.
Yeah, and Tiffany
what's
Hodges,
his name?
Semi Guzman.
Semi.
And Tiffany Hodges was the writer, and the story was fantastic.
Nice.
I was able to, even though I was an extra, I was able to relate so much to it because my grandpa, Sal, did a very similar situation. So yeah, it was really cool to be a part of that production.
You know, it's nice when you get a phone call You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, come be part of it.
Yeah,
Isn't
because
it nice?
that's all you want to do. Like as an actor, you
I
just want to help
know.
bring stories to life. That's all it is. So
Then you did a mutual friend of ours, Chris Mormando,
Armando, yes.
who is actually coming on the show next week.
Ooh.
He did something called Judge No Book by Its Color.
Yes.
And you were in that. Tell me about that.
Yes, I played the son of Angelo. We're two hunters on the property of a mob boss. You'd have to see the film to find out what happens when we wander onto a mob boss's property. But yeah, that is the situation that happens for the film. And it was just a pleasure to work with Chris Mormando.
He's
great. He's a great trained
Chris
actor,
and I met on
director
the set.
of the production.
Chris and I met on the set of Gravesend.
Yes, a part of
Willie
Gravesend.
DeMayo's baby, and he is fabulous. And then we worked in Jersey together. Fran Drescher was there that day, and we worked together.
Oh,
that was
day. Oh wow, yes.
Yeah, it was great. And then we worked with him again because after Judge No Book by Its Color, you and I worked on Everybody Loves Charlie, which is based on our friend, Charlie Santoro, who works for the Yes Network. It's his TV sitcom that hopefully is going to get picked up and continued. And you, play Charlie's grandson.
Oh yeah, it was great. We have a fantastic office scene together, and it's just a lot of fun. I was just so happy. It was so rewarding to see Charlie.
I think those are the next two picks, Bobby, if I'm not mistaken.
It was just so.
That's the whole cast. That's when we were done shooting that day.
That's the whole cast.
That was the end of the shoot. That's the entire cast.
Yes, Joshua. Shout out to everyone there. Oh, they're squeezing.
Oh, that's okay. We'll go back to that one. Yeah.
But yeah, no, Charlie. I was just so happy for him. He did a great job memorizing all those lines.
Let me tell you something. I've never heard him yell, and I've never heard him curse. So the first time I heard him yell and curse at the tape, I'm going to try to get Charlie on the show. But the first time I heard him curse, and I was like, is that Charlie?
Oh, that was so
I was like,
funny.
what? Is that him?
But
let me tell you something. He's so funny because the first thing he says is, I'm not an actor.
Oh, that's a signature line.
He works for the Yes Network. It's based on his life. And he's like, I'm never leaving my job. And he's like, but I'm not an actor. But you have your own sitcom. It's like, I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, no, Charlie, he's just a fantastic, just a great, genuine guy to be around.
Like, it couldn't happen to a nicer person. But I was like I told Squeege last week, I want to step on what he stepped in.
Yeah. What's he drinking? I want some of that.
It's great. But everybody loves Charlie. We filmed that in Brooklyn. It was a fun day, especially, you were there. Squeegee was there. Ray was there.
Yeah, a great pilot written by Joshua Williams.
Yes,
he
Josh
directed
Williams
also. Also part of Out of Order. And, he's just been working hard, talking about hustling and being out there and in the industry. That's Joshua. And
he said he'll do my show, so I'm hoping to have him on soon.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. He wrote such a fantastic script, though, and I was so happy that day to see the way he directed everything. To see your scene was without ruining anything, though. Your scene, just to see the way he shot your scene and how Charlie's characters
obviously I can't see it because I'm in front of the camera, but
they were having a voiceover during your part as doctors were approaching, and it was very funny.
And a nice surprise, Tom DiDario, who's a comedian and actor, he showed up that day to play a doctor,
right? Yes, he played one of the doctors.
Not going to give anything away, but funny.
Yes.
Really funny.
Yeah, I was so happy to be part of that.
It's always nice to, to work with your friends.
Yeah.
It was a cool atmosphere. It was very chill and
very open to just bringing friends to be a part of the production. And it was opening doors for other people.
That's the whole thing. I always said, if I think of you, and I know you think of me because you had mentioned that we helped you submit something and you mentioned me, which is so sweet. But if we all try to recommend each other and work together in each other's projects, we'll all be working actors.
Because a lot of people, they tend to see like it's me versus you, but it's like, no, in the end of the day.
First of all, you're a male and I'm a female. So I don't think I can take any role. In this case, it doesn't work. But
even in some people where
I get
you
it.
have a female friend,
right.
It's one over the other when that's not the case.
Right.
Where if you see a role, I'm auditioning for this role, but now they have an opening for another role. Be like, okay, if I'm auditioning for this part, this is what I'm doing. Get a friend to be a part of that part or that part or the next show or whatever's opening.
Because you had given me a call the other day, and there's not too many in-person auditions right now. A lot of auditions are self-tape. And when you self-tape, you usually need a partner to read the other role the other character. Someone has to be the other character so you can respond to that character. So you had called me up and you're like, can I come over and do an audition with you? And I'm like, yeah, because I do it for Ralph Bracco and I do it for Terrell. And I was like, come on over. And it was fun. And we got to play a mother and son, which is kind of close to our Bat Boy, which we're going to talk about. But, you know, so it was just so natural for us to do
that was so much fun. Like, I was so happy. You were the first person that came to mind. And I know he's going to get it.
I know he's going to get this part.
Fingers crossed. You're the first person that came to mind.
He's so going to get this part. But he's like, I want you to play my mom. And I was like, you know, it's probably already casted and it's out of New York. We're not going to give anything away, but it's probably already casted and it's not taking place in New York. So they're going to get someone who's local. But the point is, I appreciate you thinking of me, but it was a really good scene between the two of us, I have to say.
Oh, that was so much fun. Yeah. Just talking to you, you were able to just bring whatever you felt like. You're like, okay, let me say the lines like this to get this out of you.
It was good. No, it was good. And I did. Yeah. It was good. Yeah. It was good. You know, sometimes you have to like push yourself or go in another direction, you know.
And I had my own equipment. Teresa had her equipment already set up, her lights set up.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm going to use my camera.
Excuse me, I brought my equipment, but you had it set up.
I was ready though.
Excuse me, that was good. No, well prepared.
You know, but how often now are you submitting? I mean, I know, you know, you want Actors Access, Backstage, casting networks.
Whenever I could, whenever I see an audition, it's mostly just submitting a real headshot resume and then going back and forth with the person, and then if they ask for something after that, sometimes they'll, like you said, there'll be a not in person, but I'll self-submit.
A lot of it.
That'll be the case. I'll self-submit with everything, text back and forth, but then you get declined. It's all about rejection. You got to get used to it. If you're not used to getting rejected, if you want to do this, then you shouldn't.
There's
you're going to get rejected for a lot of roles that you want. You're going to be like, oh, this role's perfect for me. And then you're not going to get it.
Right.
So,
no, it's true.
And then the role you least expect, you'll get. It happens. So you can't, you
it's
just need to apply and not think of it like that.
It's a crapshoot.
If you care about it, you care about it. So, and you know, you definitely do.
So what do you have to say to people who are young like yourself and who are trying to do what you do? What do you want to say to them? Because it's so important.
Keep applying. When I was done with school, I felt like I was in like a pit of nothingness. I was going into a field that everyone was on the same playing field as me. There's a lot of people who's 20, 21 who just got out of school and they're trying to be an actor, do the same thing. Some of them have a BA, some of them have an associate, some of them didn't go to school, some of them are the uncle of a famous celebrity. You never know, but you just don't know who you're going to talk to, who needs someone. Everyone is not able to apply for everything at the same time.
Yeah.
So you can apply for something and you might think, oh, I'm not going to get this because a lot of people are going to apply. Meanwhile, a lot of people didn't apply and you get the role. So you just need to, if you care about it, do it.
That's it. Just follow your passion. You only live once.
And talk to, like, the biggest thing is networking. Like, when you're on set, make sure to just talk to everyone, like genuine people on set who you see that are genuine, you have fun conversations with, you want to go out to eat and be friends with, and then the next day they might have something for you to go to, and then I have something for them to come to.
You never know.
And it's friends giving each other work. You get to be with your friends on set. On top of that, make it happen. So that's like the best.
It is, isn't it? I know. And we work together a lot, which I love. And when we get back, because we're going to take my next break, but when we get back, we're going to talk about Bat Boy, a Yankee Miracle, because Carmine plays my nephew. He plays my nephew. He plays Ray Negron as a kid. So stay right there. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
How you doing? It's Sal, the voice of Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook. Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Shout out to Bruno.
Hey,
Thank you,
Bruno.
Bruno, I love you. Thank you for watching and supporting me. You know, it means the world to me. Everyone watching, thank you so much. You know, I'm doing this show. It's going to be 4 years here, but a total of 5 years. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's like insane.
When we were in the back room, now you're over
I know.
here.
I'm moving on up to
We're
the
in
front
different
room.
sets.
Moved on up.
Moving
So listen,
on,
we're going to talk about Bat Boy because we talked about Bat Boy last week with Luigi Squeegee, who Derek Jeter gave him that nickname. And so I have to ask you,
Yes.
because Carmine plays my nephew, Ray Negron. And there's a couple of pics that I sent Bobby that he'll put up in a little bit. But in the meantime, before he puts them up, how did you meet Ray and how did you get involved in Bat Boy?
When I was in high school, it was my senior summer going into my senior year. I was asked by one of my friends she had a small theater group because she was working with Steve Vaccaro, who's the producer of Bat Boy, and she was working with him at the time and asked me and a bunch of my high schooler friends to go to a bunch of different locations and to sing. So they asked me to just go to this one where it was a book signing for Yankee Miracles, which is a book written by Ray Negron on the story of his life. And I was like, oh, like, that's cool. And they wanted me to sing some Jersey Boy numbers. So
cool.
I was like, I like Jersey Boy. So
Yeah.
that's fun. I'll be a part of that. They needed more guys to be a part of it. So I went out and that was it. We sang some songs. And afterwards, I went with my family because my mom's like, oh, let's go get the book. Let's go get it signed because Ray's doing the signing in the back. So we went over there. And went up to him. He was like, great job today. Signed the book. And he was like, we're going to keep in touch. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, do you want my phone number? Like, how are we going to keep in touch? And he's like, no. Don't worry. We'll keep in touch. And I'm like, go. Okay. Like that. Like, okay.
I'll find you, kid.
Like, all right. I was like, you got it. So then we left.
Funny.
And then we were in the car. And I was like, oh, like, he's going to keep in touch. Did you give him your phone number? I was like, no. I was like, I don't know. And then, would you know, like 2 weeks later, they had us have a meeting. Ray was coming from, he was filming Bottom of the Ninth. And they came in and they told us about the production, how I was playing Little Ray, and how we're going to make it happen.
And that was it. That was it.
Yeah.
And we've been doing the show.
Like 4 years?
I was going to say 4. Is it 4 or 5?
I think it's like 5 or 6
Oh my
at this
God,
point.
I met him, he was a
it's 5 or
baby.
6 at this point.
Oh my God, it's
Insane.
crazy, insane. Now Bobby could throw up some pics of us doing Bat Boy. There's one of that's us actually. We just did that in Floral Park a couple weeks ago at the VFW
Got your
Hall.
wig on right there
There's
with
Squeege and Ralph
Ralph.
Bracco, and that's me with my Aunt Olga wig. That we're gonna come back to.
Production work.
That we're gonna come back to. I think it's the next.
No.
Oh, that one we're gonna come back to. All right, just me and the next one. There you go. That's us when we first started.
Wow, that was very young. No.
You are bambino.
Oh wow!
Look at you.
Yeah, I don't know if you could tell, but that's a wig. I mean, no, it's not. I actually pick my hair every day.
And then the one underneath that, that's when we just did it in Staten Island.
Bob, who plays George Steinbrenner. There's you, and we have Ray, Squeegee, and Ralph.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I think there might be one more underneath that, which was at Yogi Berra. Yeah, that was at Yogi Berra.
Yeah, and Larry Berra was there for the performance.
Yes,
also, we did at the Yogi Berra Learning Center over in New Jersey.
And the next one actually is when you and I find. I think that's it. You could click on that. I think it's that one or the next. Yeah, that's you and Reggie Jackson.
Me and Reggie Jackson,
which is
celebrating the World
Terrell.
Series.
Yep. And then the one after that is the dramatic scene. This is when you and I come out and we find Squeegee dead, which is it's a horrific. It's so dramatic, and you comfort me and you tell me it's gonna be okay, and you help me call for help, and it's a scene that gets everybody because I don't Ray's life was so violent. And he was the only person to survive, either not going to jail or ended up dying.
Yes, we mentioned last week. Everyone ended up.
I mean, it's crazy. But
Hector in the show, Squeegee's part, he was supposed to be a New York
Edwin,
Yankee. Edwin, he was supposed to be a New York Yankee bat boy.
Right.
And that's what happened. He was supposed to be a bat boy. Steinbrenner wanted Ray as well as him.
Yeah.
And when he was like, let me do one final job.
And that was it. It was,
back.
Unfortunately. But it's a show that we hold close to our heart. It's a nonprofit. The money goes to some charity, whether it's a little girl with cancer or a gentleman with ALS or whatever, needs be.
Someone was murdered by falsely accused of being a gang member and was murdered in the Bronx, and we raised money for them and their family. Just what
it just goes on and on and on. It's a labor of love, and we do it because we love to give back and because we love telling Ray's story.
Yeah, it's just a phenomenal story.
It is. I told him Steinbrenner was his fairy godfather.
17 years old, caught doing graffiti on Yankee Stadium. Who catches him and sees all the vulgar language that's being talked to this kid by the security guard and policemen at the stadium? George Steinbrenner. And what does he do? Instead of taking that moment and being like, bring him to his mom and let him go, he was like, let's take him and flip his life around and give him a second chance.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And that's what Steinbrenner always did. He would always do things out of the kindness of his heart like that, but they were always unspoken. He would never go out of his way to publicize it or anything like that. What he did. Because that wasn't the purpose. The purpose is to do something genuine. It's not about the other stuff.
It's not about the accolades. It's just about doing it and getting it done. So you also have dabbled in producing.
Yeah.
And directing.
Yeah.
And then Bobby could go back to that picture of you behind the camera. There you are.
Yeah, we do. I've been doing a few productions for Ray Negron. We are doing a documentary about his life.
Yes.
So interviewing a bunch of people as need be when it comes to that. I work with the chapter's rap organization, and we would film a bunch of productions over. That's at Cablevision Studios.
Thank you.
Big shout out to Jason and Mary over there at Cablevision. I've been working with Chris DiMaggio, which is a cousin of
Chris DiMaggio.
Yes.
Is that related to Joe DiMaggio?
Cousin.
It's his cousin.
Yes, they're cousins.
Nice.
And did a show over there for him, and just been doing a bunch of shows over there, as well as BronxNet. We've been doing some training. I can do.
Do you know what we forgot to mention? We forgot to mention this thing that you and I did on Bedford, which originally was called Flight something, but then it was changed.
Yes, there was Mind Games. It was a production.
Mind Games.
There. So basically, there was a production that we were supposed to do. It was put together over the summer, very last minute, how it came to be. But we wanted to put a production together during the pandemic to be able to show our work. Everything's closed because of the pandemic, but didn't mean that we had to stop. Let's just grab a camera, go on the streets of the Bronx and on Long Island and go film.
And that was a lot of the Bat Boy cast was
something
in that.
short. Yeah, we filmed a short that never came to light at its full length, but since then, just editing problems and everything we had. But I'm gonna take the production, give it a short.
I know you're gonna bring it back to life.
I'm gonna give it a short trim and bring it.
Yes, I know you
I'm gonna give it just a short trim where people can just view it, and it can be a fun experience, like a fun viewing for everyone who was a part of the production.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun.
It was a big learning production. I mean,
that was
a big learning experience. That was my first time really doing anything with a
behind the camera.
Yeah, and it was so great. One day we were over in the Bronx, and we had Sammy Cohn, a part of the production, and David Cohn came out to come say hi.
Yeah.
And just be on set with Squeegee and everyone who was there. Chaz Palminteri always got cannolis from that bagel shop, so he came down to get cannolis.
Was that Gino's? Was that at Gino's?
And it was at Gino's, and it was so nice because Chaz saw the moment as it was happening, and Ray was like, "Oh, like continue filming." So, because Ray was producing it, and I was like, "Okay." So I interrupted them. I was like, "Guys, quiet on set. We're filming." And we do the film, and after that, he comes up and he just gave advice about what to do as a director, and because I told him it was my first time, like I'm an actor, but I was I'm trying to direct because everyone wants an opportunity to do something, but there's nothing available. Everyone felt like at the time. Yeah.
But that was it was good. It was fun. It was me and you and Ralph, and I got my girlfriend Grace and Kristen, and we had oh my God, who else was in that?
We had like Larry was in it.
Larry.
Who else was in that?
We had a bunch of people.
Yeah.
We filmed at my house.
Gina Napoli.
We were all over the place, right?
Yeah. It was just so good just to do something at that time.
Right. Yeah. Because it was a crazy time.
We were all trying our best to work at the time, but then it just had a standstill.
I know. So. It was insane. So again, you said you working with Joe DiMaggio's cousin, Chris DiMaggio, over at Cablevision. You're doing that, and you help Ray with this documentary, BronxNet. Tell me about BronxNet.
BronxNet too. It's we'll set people up and come to the studio, and we'll have a switcher, sort of like the setup that you see here for the show.
Right.
Brings people's stories to life.
Yeah.
And that's what I love to do, because as well as working on camera and being an actor and telling their story, being a character in a production, I like to do it behind the scenes as well. If I
Right.
can just be a grip, be anything behind the scenes. The past few years, once I finished college, I took that as an opportunity. And I think if you care about being an actor, you should also is just
Learn every facet if you can. If you can.
everything behind the scenes that is possible, because then when you're being an actor and you're on the other side of the camera, you'll know what's happening on the other side, because it's a lot of hurry up and wait when you're on set. It's like, hurry up, get here, and then you're there, and then it's like, all right, let's wait for 20 minutes because something needs to be fixed. But at least you can acknowledge
Right.
what needs to be fixed. You know why it's important that we need to wait to fix that,
Yeah.
to move forward.
Right.
That's so key. And you could also help. You know, you don't have to just sit there.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
if you know
and
what's
we've
happening,
done, and
you
we've
could-
done that with
you can
Bat
give a
Boy. A
hand.
lot of us are stage hands,
Right.
prop masters.
Sometimes we have a full crew there, and it's like, all right, guys, we have a full
Right.
crew.
Sometimes it's
Everyone-
nice and we don't have to worry about anything, but other times we really have to be responsible
Like,
for
guys,
what's on stage.
if you have a prop that's going to be there on set with you, or a chair, you're bringing it as an actor.
That's
Add that
it.
to your list of
That's
what you need to
it.
bring on
That's
with you,
it.
and be prepared.
And then
to do that.
sometimes each of us are mic'd up, and then sometimes we're not. That's another thing, you know.
Yep.
And then
Everybody's
sometimes,
different.
and then and sometimes you have audio issues, you have technical issues, there are issues when sometimes, I'm not gonna say all the time, but sometimes when you do live theater.
Yeah, I would say, given that it's a traveling show and it's a full non-profit, so all the actors, no one gets a proceeds from the production. We give, like you said beautifully, all the proceeds go to a great foundation every
Mhm.
time. And yeah, so with that being said, we don't have a consistent amount of people who are there every time.
Right.
So it might be
Yeah.
a new person running the
Right.
board every
Yep.
time. However,
Yeah.
we make do with what we have, and we make it happen. We execute it. So that's what I have to give to
Yeah,
everyone, all,
yeah.
all of our actors
Yeah.
that step up on that stage. We all go in there well
We do,
prepared and
we do,
confident, so
we
we
do.
know that whatever happens, we're gonna have a fun time on stage and
Yeah.
give a fun show for
Yeah.
everyone.
It's
and tell Ray's
it's
story.
it's a great story. What's this ESG video football game?
ESG. So it is going to be a football game that is coming out to all platforms.
That's cool.
It'll be maybe not the Switch, but it'll be on like Steam. It'll be on Xbox. It'll be on PlayStation, and it's a football game with the help of Ray Million as well as Nick Singh. They were able to put it all together. If you look up ESG football, they have a Instagram that you can look at on there. They have a website in their bio. It talks about the Kickstarter. You have the voice of NBA Jam. He's narrating the whole thing, which it's so awesome, and just telling you what it's going to be about. It's if I had to put in my own words, I would say a My Park meets NFL.
Okay. And what are you doing? What's your
I got
role?
in motion capture gear and just got tackled all day as a rag doll.
Really?
Yeah.
Now was this really done like with green screens and stuff, or was it?
It wasn't green screen. We actually went out over in Jersey and we filmed it over there, and we got in full motion capture
Oh, that
gear,
is
the
so
same that they use
cool.
for EA and all official production. And yeah, Lamont and Ray, they just do such a great job in capturing everything. They choreographed everything that we needed to do.
Yeah.
They communicated everything perfectly, made it happen. I was only there for like 2 times. I brought some friends to be a part of the production, which they needed.
Cool.
So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, big Nick Singh, who's also part of Bat Boy with us, big shout out to him.
Yeah.
He asked me to be a part of the production, and he's been working on the production and helping promote it. So check out ESG football. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. It's I'm pretty sure, rumor has it, it's supposed to be free, but you didn't hear that
All
from me.
right.
It's supposed
But
to be
you know
free.
what's cool is like you playing football and you don't have to worry about getting hurt.
Right. Everything was well choreographed. Where
Right.
I at least knew that I was going to get tackled beforehand, or
Right,
where they were coming from,
because
even
it
though I
was so
couldn't see
choreographed.
if they were coming from a different angle.
Wow.
But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to just help and make them get their move set down for the game.
And a couple of weeks ago, you, my friend, I actually was invited to this, but it was a Monday. And I do my show on Monday, and I do a lot of prep, and I didn't want to rush back. But you joined Charlie for Hank's Yanks. So tell everyone what Hank's Yanks is.
Yeah. So that Leo Caputo sets up. He's in charge of the Hank's Yanks organization, and him, Ray, Squeegee, and the organization invited a bunch of ball players over and to play golf
and celebrities, because it was funny because Squeegee's like, come, you're riding the golf cart with me. Don't worry about it. But you guys had to get up really early the next day.
Yeah.
You had to be out in Suffolk, right? Riverhead or something. And the last pick, Bobby, I think is Charlie. if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
yeah, that one, yeah, right
That's
there.
okay. So that's on top is Charlie with Charlie with Nick Totoro is on the right, which is actually he's in Recipes for Love with Me. Who's on the left? Do you know who's on the left? Offhand?
Lou Pinella from Bat Boy.
I
You gotta
can't.
squint in.
I can't say. I'm sorry.
Okay, and then at the bottom we have everyone from.
On the bottom is you
yeah.
on all the way to the right. There's Charlie.
Those are all members who actually work for the Yes Network
Thank you.
organization.
Now I can see. Thank you.
There
He
you
brought
go.
it closer.
There you go. And yeah, at the bottom they all work for the Yes Network organization.
So that was a nice day, and they do that every year, correct?
Yeah, every year they do that just to raise money. They raise I don't know how much they raise, but I know they raise
a nice amount of money.
A nice amount of money for the children and to get equipment to let the kids play. Kids who don't have the funds to put the money in so they can even play ball, to get the equipment, the uniforms, all that fee, because the umpires need to get paid and everything, coaches. This eliminates that for those kids who need it and can play baseball.
Nice.
Part of a organization. It keeps kids off the streets.
Right.
And so that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry I missed it. It would have been nice to see Nick again and just to see Charlie and everybody and to ride in the golf cart.
First out of order now this. Anything else you want to say you didn't show
I
up
don't
to
know.
today?
All right, so let's go back to that pic with him and Frankie Valli because he's shaking his hand. There it is. You, my friend, are a very lucky man because I know Ray a long time and I haven't met Frankie yet. Ray Negron is very good friends with Frankie. And tell me where and when that happened.
We were at the Ruth Eckerd Hall over in Florida, and it was just a beautiful moment. We helped with a production called Reach Out with Ray and Steve.
Yes.
And they have a talk show with Robbie Robinson.
Yes, Robbie Robinson is and has been Frankie Valli's musical director for like over 50 years.
Yes, and he's just stellar. If you've seen a Frankie Valli concert, he's the one right behind him on the keyboard and then jamming out behind him, conducting everyone.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
He's
and Frankie
great.
Introduces him every time.
Yeah.
And just working with him, he knows so many musicians, and it's so awesome to be a part of Reach Out because all the guests that come on to just be a part of the show, the musicians that get introduced to all because of him. So that and he's such a good friend. He'll call me for technical things that he might be going through.
Robbie's great. I'm trying to get him on the show.
Open, and I thank him so much.
I'm trying to get him on the show virtually. He's in LA most of the time.
Yeah.
But he has his own show also.
Oh yes, Jam for Java.
Yes.
Jam for Java. Come on, Jam for Java.
I'm going to send this to him so he sees it.
Oh, no, come on, Jam for Java. Great show that he has. It follows, I believe, Monday nights too, right?
Yeah, so Monday nights is rough. I'd have to pre-record with him.
And he has a Jam for Jesus where he has everyone together who actually come to his hometown.
Yes.
In Litchfield, Illinois. He has everyone together. And
he's a very, very wonderful man.
Yeah, so that was the day when we were over at Ruth Eckerd Hall. Got the chance to also go back with Ray. And
I actually met, I shouldn't say I never met Frankie. I did meet Frankie, but I met him many, many years ago. In the early 90s, he was performing in Atlantic City. No, actually, I'm sorry. He wasn't performing in Atlantic City. Frank Sinatra was performing in Atlantic City, and he was there to see Frank. And as I was walking, I go, I think that's Frankie Valli.
Oh, wow.
And then I was like, I'm not going to miss this opportunity. I was at Harrah's in Atlantic City, and I walked up to him and I said, hello, Mr. Valli. Can I get your autograph, please? And he goes, sure. Are you a Jersey girl? And I go, no, I'm a New York girl. And then I'm like fumbling for something for him to sign. And the only thing I could find was the Harrah's matchbook.
Oh,
so he signed my matchbook cover.
Wow.
Yeah. But that was the only time.
So you saw Sinatra though too.
I saw Sinatra.
Wow. Yeah. I never knew that. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow,
I saw him more than once actually.
Wow.
Yeah, he was incredible. Yeah.
I'm
jealous. Old. You think I don't look that old, but I'm real old.
I didn't know that. Oh wow. You never told me that.
That's my Frankie Valli story. But I want to just see him again. I've never seen him perform in person. And I'm dying
it still
to
sounds
see,
the same,
I'm dying
which
to see
was
him
incredible.
Perform.
Like just like the soundtrack.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
God bless, man. Whoa. He's doing what he loves. And he's no spring chicken.
No. He take his days off when he needs to, rest up, and he'll go out there and perform. He put all his hits.
Wow.
God bless him, yeah.
Did I take my last break? Bobby, did I take my last break? I didn't. I gotta take my last break, people. But listen to me. We have so much more. This man has dabbled in writing. Hello, we're gonna talk about that. And we're going to talk about how to find him, not stalk him, but how to find him on Insta and Facebook and see what he's doing. So let's get him. I'm going to take my last break. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best actress you know?
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best cast member in Bad Boys?
Teresa Farrow.
Who's got the best radio?
Teresa Farrow.
Stop. Who's your favorite Jimmy?
Teresa Farrow.
Who are you loving right now?
Teresa Farrow.
All right, Chuck. I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Time. I'm with Carmine. He is a writer. He is a writer because we're going to talk about writing. He's an actor. He's a producer. He's a director. He's very young, up and coming, hustling his butt off, always doing something between Billions and Bensonhurst Boys and Out of Order and Alone. Displaced, Judge No Book by Its Color. Everybody Loves Charlie. Goes on and on and on. Directed Mind Games, which was a short film that we did over COVID. I just remember that a little while ago. So writing now, you dabbled in writing a little bit.
Yeah.
What's this episode you wrote for a web series?
When we were in college, unfortunately, I couldn't keep going forward with it, but I have a web series. It's under Guido Productions on YouTube. If you look it up,
Guido Productions.
It is a mobster short where basically a bunch of college kids are a part of a mob and they murder someone and their roommate comes home and they were supposed to clean up the body in time, but the roommate's home.
Okay.
So that's
surprise.
That's the scenario. It's a little short on what happens in a situation like that. It was supposed to be a 3-part series and continue from it. So it has an open ending, but
all right, but that's good because you left it open to continue it.
Yeah, I would love to continue it one day. It was just unfortunate because at the end of college, that my year was the year of COVID. So in 2020, we didn't have our full graduation. We were gonna show all of our final reels and we got gypped of that, and we had like a lot of final classes on Zoom.
Yeah.
And some of my friends we were let go for spring break, and then they were like, okay, don't come back.
Yeah.
So we didn't know that it was our last time seeing each other, and that was it. And they were like, that's it. We're not gonna see. So now it's just we'll see each other every now and then.
Do you hang out or keep in touch with anybody you graduated with or went to the conservatory with?
A lot of them, a good amount of them moved into the city. So
stayed in the city.
Whenever there's an opportunity, we'll always reach out to each other.
Right.
If there's a role for someone to help out, and we'll always go hang out with each other, which is the best thing. Birthdays.
Yeah, it's nice.
Weekends and
nice
stuff.
to keep in touch and
and
see what everyone's doing.
The ones that aren't close, I would say, just like FaceTimes, texts, staying on social media, just saying hi.
Speak about social media. Where can people find you on social media?
I'm Carmine023. That's Carmine, CarmineCiro.
23. That's on Instagram.
23 at Instagram. That's my main thing that I use, and then
that's his main thing.
My main thing, and then I will be updating and having my website that I'm making right now on there as well.
Oh, great!
And all that I'll be updating onto my Instagram. So,
awesome.
Yeah, and I'll put on my story when I do it. So.
Oh, that's good.
I'll update everything through there.
That's good.
Oh yeah, putting everything together real, because I have my real resume headshot, and I was putting it all on the website.
That's it. That's it.
Finally have it all together.
And you're doing your own. You're doing your own website.
Yeah.
You tech savvy. You're very tech savvy.
One of my friends, Dean, he made his own website as well, so he's helping me.
That's
also.
great.
He's like, I know how to make it.
That's good.
So he's just guide me along, and we'll put it together, so.
That's the whole thing. Is I know that there are some people that they won't even look at anything you have unless you have an IMDb
Yeah.
or a headshot, or you know what I mean? So it's a matter of putting all your ducks in order, and then that way you have your packet. Your packet is ready to go.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest problems, like promoting myself. Like I would love to just be a part of things, but to promote myself on Instagram, to keep posting more and making that website right away, I was a little slow to do that. That was a big problem.
You know, that's the thing is, because as actors and as entertainers, we always have to try to put ourselves out there and be relevant. Okay. And in a way, it's like, I don't want to say pimping yourself out, but it's kind of like that. You know, like you kind of have to like push yourself out there and really be your own advocate. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's okay to overdose on Carmine.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm.
I had a lot of my friends recently tell me that, like, yo, you have all these pictures, but why haven't I seen them anywhere?
Like, because my girlfriend's like, you don't have to post everything, and I'm like, I don't post like what I ate for dinner and when was the last time I went to the bathroom. Hello, but I'm posting stuff that's relevant to the industry that we're in.
Yeah, they're like, how am I supposed to know that you did a movie if you never posted anything about it? How are you supposed to know? So
exactly.
Stuff like that where I have to promote myself more. All the films which we talked about throughout the interview, they're all in post, and they're all eventually going to be coming out soon within the coming year, 2023.
I'm excited, very excited.
Yeah, keep a lookout for them.
Yeah, keep a lookout. Check out his social media. And real quick, I'm sorry, Ralph Bracco, but Murdered by the Mob. I forgot to send Bobby the poster. I'm so sorry. We have it somewhere because we've been. Anyway, it's my fault.
Bayside,
June 16th. Murdered by the Mob. Friday, June 16th at Bourbon Street. You could go to murderedbythemob.com.
They're gonna have bourbon there
to get your tickets if you want. Or you can go and call Bourbon Street directly or go to their website, okay? It is a 4-course dinner and a show. It's like going to a wedding. Someone gets whacked and you got to figure it out. It's hysterical. There's singing. There's dancing. It's very interactive. So I just want to put that out there. I will put it on my Facebook page.
We're sorry, Ralph.
Ralph, I'm sorry. I meant to send the freaking flyer, but I have other things on my mind. But I want to thank you so much for coming in because he usually works on a Monday night, and I grabbed him because he's off and it's the holiday. So I'm glad we finally were able to do this.
So happy.
This is exciting.
Yes, I was like,
yay! So I want to thank everyone for watching. So welcome anytime. You know, my door's open. Thank you everyone for watching the show. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great week. Tell everyone you love them. And I'll see you next week, everyone. Ciao.